So when I went to Costa Rica, they say pura vida. It means the pure life, the good life. So if you go to Prescott Station here in Prescott, they say su vida. What is su vida? Robert Gabrick, owner of Prescott Station Grill and Bar.
Let's be practical. It's a slow cooking method.
So is French for slow life?
Slow life, yes.
Which it means good. Vida is a good word in French, right?
It is.
So why do you cook slowly at
We do some
Prescott
things
Station?
slow. We use so many different preparation styles. So this is one, but it's a very important one.
It's a neat one. I've never heard of it before. And you have some examples. So how this slow cooking, tell us a little bit how it is and how it affects the meat.
Well, a great many of the greatest restaurants in America and the world use sous vide cooking. And, but it's a slow style. It's designed to control temperature. And what we have here is a slow-cooked beef tenderloin.
Oh, these have already been cooked?
Yes, they've been cooked to a slightly under medium.
By the sous vide process?
By the sous vide.
Okay.
And so this is designed so that if somebody ordered a medium well petite filet, we would cut the ounces that we need and finish it off on the grill with our rub.
Oh,
the goal is, because with cooking, when you have high heat cooking, the meat gets to such a high temperature that it drops its moisture, it drops its fat, and so it starts to dry.
It's like when you're working in the garden in the summer, you're like sweating out all the moisture.
Oh yes, and you wonder why the person sitting next to you that had a medium well filet is so shrunk. Where yours, maybe not yours, but is medium rare is big and plump because it hasn't lost that moisture.
And that's really important for your taste and tenderness, I would think.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Totally so. And plus,
so this kind of seals it in? The process?
Well, it's closed. It's cooked at such a low temperature that it doesn't drop the moisture.
Oh, wow.
And then, as you see with it, it's cooked evenly throughout because when you, some places actually advertise a steak cooked on 1,000-degree char grill. Well, what they're doing is they're telling you on the outside edges it's going to be beyond well. It's going to be burnt, charred, and so if you're wanting your steak only to medium, only the center is going to be medium. The rest of it is degrees of medium well and well. The sous vide method allows it to be absolutely the same exact way all the way through the meat, the protein.
So it's like a little bit cooked here, but it's almost, it's not like
totally
steamed
even.
or anything.
It's totally even. Well, and we'll get into the actual technique for it, and probably so that it doesn't remain a mystery, because part of what I wanted to do here is to show your listeners that this can be done at home.
Yeah, how you do it.
And it can be done at home inexpensively.
And you have, like, is this your sous vide cooker here?
Well, it's our immersion circulator. But so let's start from the beginning, and I'll talk as fast as I can, because somebody can get involved in this style of cooking for under $300. Because what we do is that we have a chamber, a vacuum chamber. Well, ours is multi-$1,000, but it sucks the air out of the bag that your protein is going to be put in. For somebody who goes to Costco, they've seen those.
Or you seal them in a little seal-o-matic thing.
Right, right, the exact same thing, that you can buy for $139. And then you vacuum it, so it's a vacuum sealer, and take the air out and seal it. So then it's in its own bag. Then what we have here, and we have multiples of these, this is a $1,000 unit, but you can buy them for $120, $130, and you can see that it takes the temperature to 1/10 of a degree. And so then, once you learn your temperatures, and that's available online from many different sources, including the USDA, you put your protein in, and the slow cooking method means that you can walk away from it. You know, these were cooked for a couple hours.
So that's what I was saying. My gosh, is this 8 hours? But no, it's still just a few hours that it goes
just a few
into
hours.
Is this just water? Or is it a special
This is
solution?
just water.
Okay, so you put it in there, and that thing will literally evenly give it
total, as you can see.
Wow.
Absolutely evenly.
Okay.
And so you can infuse it with herbs or with rubs, oils, and they permeate the proteins and add flavor to it.
And this is kind of an unusual thing. I have to say, Robert, this is the first time I've heard of sous vide, or sous vide, as you say, it's almost a pre-process before you start cooking your food.
Yes. You know, on a major holiday, we'll serve Chateaubriand, and we'll make 14 long tenderloins, and we'll just slice them because they're perfect. And they're the most tender meat you'll ever taste, and it's spectacular.
Nice. And then this is a pork, so you do the same with pork.
Right.
And you don't have chicken here. You don't do chicken?
We don't do chicken, but it's just the same with pork. If I have a couple of dreams, and one of the dreams is with pork. I even advertise on my menu that we suggest medium rare for pork. Well, there is still this old wives' tale, and it was real about 100 years ago, that pork had to be cooked well.
Right.
Well, there hasn't been a case of trichinosis in over 50 years. Pork is treated, and they're grain-fed. They live a very good life. And so there is no need to overcook pork anymore.
But so if you slow cook it, again, you've got part of your cooking done, and then you've got to retain all the moisture for when you do that final prep for service.
Exactly.
Wow, have you been doing this for a while at Prescott Station?
We've been doing this ever since we've been open on a couple different issues.
Nice, okay.
And you asked about chicken. And chicken is one of those things, it's another dream. I have a dream. And we have done a couple different tests on some of our regular customers and our staff, and did our sous vide method for chicken. And it was so life-changing that people were staggered. It was so moist, so good, so over-the-top fabulous that their caution was, well, the thing is that we live in a world of potentially zero defects, no complaints. And they all cautioned me that it is so different and life-changing that they didn't think that people would understand.
Okay, so you're going to have to wait on chicken. Robert Gabrick, Prescott Grill Station Grill and Bar. A delicious new thing, sous vide, we haven't heard about before. We're going to go check that out. Thank you, Robert. Okay, don't go away. We'll be right back on Sandy and Friends.